They never taught you this in school. They taught you dates, equations, and how to memorize the facts of men who built empires, but they never taught you how they thought. They never showed you the blueprint behind every fortune, not the curriculum written in ink, but the one written in fire, the invisible code of belief, vision, and relentless discipline. Because real success, the kind that turns dreams into legacies, doesn't come from information. It comes from transformation. And transformation starts with thought, thought that becomes obsession, obsession that fuels action, and action that refuses to die. This is the law of cause and effect, whispered through the centuries by the giants, Edison, Carnegie, Ford, Rockefeller, not by luck, not by inheritance, by mindset, by clarity so strong it drowns out doubt, by belief so unshakable the world bends to match it. You want to know how the millionaires think? They don't just see reality, they create it. While the world reacts, they design. While others wish, they decide. While most question if it's possible, they ask, what's the price? And am I willing to pay it? Because here's the truth. Success isn't reserved, it's earned. Through thought, backed by purpose, lit by desire, and carried on the back of discipline. Desire. That's where it starts. Not the kind that flickers, the kind that burns. The kind of desire that turns a man into a force, that turns a quiet dreamer into a relentless builder. Napoleon Hill called it a definiteness of purpose. The one thing you want, so clearly, so deeply, that nothing else pulls you off course. It becomes your North Star, and every action, every hour, every sacrifice orbits around it. But even desire is not enough. Clarity without faith is powerless. You have to believe, not when it's easy, not when it's proven, but when it's still invisible. Faith is the ability to close your eyes and see your future as if it were already real, to feel it, to taste it, to know it. Most people wait to believe until after they see results. But the greats, they believed first, they acted first. They made decisions when there was nothing to support them except vision. And then comes discipline, the hammer that turns dreams into stone. You see, millionaires don't work when they feel like it. They don't need to be motivated. They are possessed by purpose. They execute daily, not because they have to, but because it's who they are. Discipline is the bridge between your idea and your income, between your potential and your power. Every day you avoid it, your dream drifts further. Every day you embrace it, you get 1 inch closer to destiny. But it's not all intensity. Gratitude, that's the hidden key. Because when you can appreciate where you are while still demanding more, you unlock a level of peace most people will never taste. The wealthy don't just chase, they cherish. They know how to be grounded in now while still building the next. Then comes adversity, because the universe doesn't hand over greatness without resistance. And here's what they don't tell you. The struggle is not punishment, it's preparation. Every setback is a test of belief. Every obstacle is a mirror. Do you still want it, or was it just a fantasy? Ford failed twice. Disney was. But understand this. Having the formula isn't the same as becoming the formula. You don't just memorize these principles. You bleed them. You breathe them. You mold your identity around them until they are no longer something you do. They are who you are. You become the kind of person who doesn't fold under pressure. You grow under pressure. You don't escape the fire. You use the fire. Because you know diamonds are never made in comfort. They are forged in heat. And while the world is chasing comfort, chasing distraction, chasing validation, you chase alignment, you chase mastery, you chase the man or woman you were born to become. This is the root of all transformation, identity. You can't attract success with a mind that's still stuck in survival. You can't manifest greatness with a self-image that whispers, I'm not enough. You must upgrade who you are before the world upgrades what it gives you. Ask yourself, Are you thinking like the person who already has it? Are you moving like someone worthy of wealth, purpose, freedom, or are you still negotiating with your old self? Because you cannot drag your old patterns into your new life. You must bury them, not gently, not someday. Now the mind is soil. It grows what you plant. Plant doubt, get hesitation. Plant fear, get paralysis. But plant power, plant obsession, plant vision, and your life starts to shift. But here's where most fail. They think vision is enough. They think journaling dreams is work, but dreams without execution are just pretty lies. You can't keep planting seeds in poisoned soil. Some people around you are not friends. They're anchors. Cut loose. If they don't expand your thinking, they are compressing your future. And your vision is too sacred to keep shrinking to make others comfortable. This is the price of greatness. This is the part they never write in textbooks. You will lose people, you will lose comfort, but you will find yourself. And once you do, once you taste what it means to live aligned with vision, you will never go back to chasing someone else's version of success again. Because now you're not chasing money. You're not chasing likes. You're chasing freedom. The freedom to wake up and build, to think big and act bold, to live on purpose and leave a legacy that echoes far beyond your name. And that right there, that is the real formula. It isn't written in classrooms. It's written in pain, in purpose, in power, in daily decisions that the world will never see until they can't ignore you anymore. This is the formula they never taught you, but it's been waiting for you to remember. Now the only question left is, will you rise? And when you rise alone at first, because the journey to becoming is not a group activity. There's no crowd on the extra mile, no applause in the early mornings, no validation when you walk away from comfort to build something only you can see. But don't let the silence fool you. It's not loneliness, it's refinement. The world strips away your old self not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because everything fake must burn off before the real you can emerge. You see, every legend was once doubted. Walt Disney was fired for lack of imagination. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. Henry Ford was mocked for dreaming of an automobile when horses ruled the roads. But they weren't building for applause. They were building because they believed. And belief is the root of all greatness, not just belief in results, but belief in yourself when there are no results. Belief that burns so hot it melts excuses. Belief that stands unshaken while others laugh, doubt, or walk away. Because here's the truth. You do not rise because you're lucky. You rise because you decided. You rise because you refuse to settle. You rise because you realize this life, this one precious life, will not wait for your fears to disappear. So you act, while afraid, while uncertain, while unqualified. You move anyway, because clarity doesn't come before action, it comes from action. And every step forward carves a clearer path. Every disciplined choice rewrites your identity. Every small win compounds into a new reality. Suddenly the world looks different. Not because it changed, but because you did. You no longer chase opportunity, you attract it. You no longer beg for success, you embody it. You walk with the energy of someone who has already won because you understand. Winners win in their mind before the scoreboard reflects it. And when you hit resistance, because you will, you don't shrink. You rise harder. You lean into the challenge because now you know obstacles are not roadblocks. They are requirements. They are the gatekeepers of greatness, and they only open to those who refuse to turn back. So keep going when it's hard, when it's slow, when no one claps, when your old self begs you to quit. Keep going, because you are writing the story that generations after you will read. You are building something so deep, so real, that no algorithm, no opinion, no failure can erase it. This is your legacy in motion. This is what it means to live on purpose. They never taught you this in school, because real success can't be memorized. It has to be earned. It has to be lived. It has to be forged in the fires you were once afraid to face. But look at you now. You're not afraid anymore. You're awake, you're hungry, you're ready, and this time, you're not just dreaming success. You're becoming it. Now go. Build what they said was impossible. Show them what happens when a soul on fire refuses to quit. And let the world watch as your vision becomes reality.